Right, okay, today we're going to make a gargoyle, and it's going to be made out of clay. I've got some air drying clay. First of all, I'm going to use this tray, just finding things around the house to put things on. I'm going to use this plate as a base, but I'm going to cover this plate in clay. So I'm going to roll the clay with a rolling pin, cover the plate, and then that'll give us a base for the gargoyle to stand or sit on. So I shall do that now. Okay, right, so we have our base now. So something to work upon, and it's relatively solid. And now here goes to the main body. Right, now I've got this tomato sauce bottle, tomato ketchup bottle, and I'm going to use that to build the body or torso around. So I'm going to try and get that secure into the clay. I'm just going to cut that middle section out and sink it in. I stuck the tomato ketchup bottle in, and on top of the plate with a bit of PVA glue, which I'm hoping is going to support it a little bit while we sculpt the gargoyle. So first of all now, I'm just going to use this excess clay and pull out balls or pinch out chunks and stick it around the base. To hold it in, and then we'll build up the body as we go through. We're also going to fill the bottle up with screwed up pieces of newspaper just to give it a little bit of strength. I don't want to take any chances with things caving in, but I'm sure it'll be okay. This is a bit of a belt and braces job. Right, okay, so that's the tomato sauce bottle filled up, and now I'm just going to build up the clay around the tomato sauce plastic bottle. Okay, I'm going to put a bit of wire in the top here and kind of seat it in the newspaper inside, but also going to fill up the hole to hold that piece of wire with clay. And then I'm going to build up around the sides again with another layer of clay. Just roll some clay out and apply it to the sides. Right, so I've got the basic shape in there. I added a bit more clay on the top because when you get around to doing the shoulders, I tried to sort of square the shoulder part, the torso off, so that's going to be relatively wide. So I'm trying to make it straight and parallel from the base to the top of this piece of clay, which is obviously the main body. So what I'm going to do now is just try and smoothen it out and get it as sort of symmetrical as I can, and then come back and start building, putting on the arms and legs and the head. Right, so we've got a basic main body shape in place, so this will alter as we go through, and what I'm going to do now is make the legs. So I'm going to roll up some clay, and this was going to be like in a sitting position, and perhaps put the feet towards the end of the plate, and we'll just see what happens. So I'll roll up two sides, obviously two legs, and with equal amounts of clay, and I'll do it at the same time so I know that they're going to be the same size. Alright, so I've cut off two equal sized kind of sausage shaped pieces of clay, and I'm going to stick these on either side, and this is going to make up the thigh part of the leg with the gargoyle in a sitting position. I'll try and get his buttocks in as well, or ass, or whatever you want to call them. Right. Right, at the moment this is not really looking like much, but I'm trying to get these thighs in, and I will alter this as we go along. And I can add a few more parts in, and add the bottom parts of the legs in, and the feet, and perhaps the arms and hands, just like the basic shapes, so I can see where I'm going. Right, I've got the basic shape in place. It doesn't look very spectacular at the moment, so I'm just going to shape the body and maybe put the head on also as well. It's going to be a relatively big head. But first of all, I'm just going to smooth out the body a little bit more, and see where we're going there. Shape it a little bit and see what happens. Right, I've been messing around with this for a little bit. It's still a bit of a dodgy shape. I should have spent more time on building the shapes up in the first place, but anyway, I'll keep persevering. There's something to form. I've built the back up a little bit, and I might build it out a little bit more, so the back is at an angle, so it looks like it's leaning over. He's leaning over because I want to put a head on which is kind of crouched over a little bit, and then we'll see his face. So I can actually put the head on now, and I can see sort of what I'm doing. Right, so I'm roughing in a few things. It's still a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm just playing around with it and basically just pushing in the clay. So the face, I'm going to go for some kind of lion-y look with the face, so it doesn't look anything like a lion at the moment, by just filling in the spaces with clay and see where we're at. So I'll add some more and back in a moment. Right, so I'm going to leave it for a bit because after a while my eyes can't see what I'm doing, if you know what I mean, if I stare at the same thing for too long. So that's where we're at. Okay, so that's where we're at the moment. I'm just going to keep working and working. Or working the clay. And refine it. I'm not too sure about the face at the moment, so that'll probably change as we go through. But anyway, it's taking shape. Right, so I added some ears, and what I'm going to do is just I've made the eyebrows a little bit bigger. I put a frown into his head. And basically I'm just going to work all over the statue, and especially the face, and just build up parts. I made the eyelids a little bit heavier, and I did that by just putting little bits of clay onto the face, or eyelid as it is in that case, and then just gently pushing it in. Just basically building it up in the areas. So the face is probably going to change a little bit. I want to make it a little bit more feline looking. It looks kind of piggy at the moment. So anyway, I just persevere. I just add bits of clay here, there and everywhere, blend it in, and see what happens. Right, I've rolled out a couple of horns to stick on the top of his head. I'm just going to cut these down to size and then just stick them in. But what I'll do is just measure out roughly where they're going to go. I think I'll just stick them in about there. Right, so I've added some fingers and some toes, or feet, toes and feet, and I'm going to try and balance up the face a little bit, and obviously detail the feet and hands, and just carry on working and refining the sculpture. I might add a couple more horns, maybe one there or one there, and just see what happens. Right, I've put a couple more horns on. I've been working on the hands a little bit, but not too much. It's a bit blurry in them. And also, I've put a tail on the back, which is just roughed in, and another horn on the back of his head. And I think I've got everything in place, so now it's just a matter of refining everything more and improving the details, and maybe try and balance things up a little bit. I might have to balance his face up a little, and see how it goes. Right, I've textured the skin a little bit, which trying to make it look more reptilian-like. So I've done that over most of the body, and what I did to get that effect, which I've just got a little bit down here to finish off, is just to tap the clay with the end of a paintbrush. Right, so the skin is pretty much done all over the body. All I need to do is tidy up the hands and feet. I want to make the base thicker as well. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that at the moment. Tied up the horns I need to do. Tail looks pretty good. And, so all the main stuff is there. Just fine detailing on the extremities. Right, so there he is, pretty much finished. So I'll let that go hard, and I'll work out how I'm going to mould that with latex, and obviously do some casts. So yeah, I would have made the video a bit longer. It was quite difficult to film this, as there's quite a lot involved. I might do another one later on with more detailed with the carving, more detail with the carving. I'm just turning them around so you can see the back. So to kind of polish off, I used some tools to smoothen out the clay, and also a paintbrush in parts. I also made the base a little bit bigger as well. So there we are. It's my first gargoyle, and I'll do a video when he's casted up and painted. Okay, thank you very much, and over and out.